Well, Israel has said that it will be continuing and indeed expanding its offensive throughout the Gaza Strip. It's been doing so for the last several days as this exodus of Palestinians continues from areas that are under attack. Thousands are reported to have been flooding into the town of Deir al-Balah in central Gaza. This even as Israel continues its bombardments, not just in the south, but the center as well. Now, Gazan health authorities have revised their death toll upwards to over 21,000 now, and nowhere in Gaza it really is truly safe. 1.9 million people displaced, moving from place to place, often under bombardments with strikes incoming and continuing. Now, Israel has been continuing to bombard refugee camps in central Gaza with airstrikes and a ground assault, but it's blamed Hamas for operating in built-up areas for the need to strike at those Hamas targets. It's been seeing a lot of criticism and urging from the international community to take more care with its strikes for fears of civilians being caught in the crossfire. But it has said on Wednesday that its strikes are indeed precise and focused, and denying any idea that they are bombing indiscriminately. It's pointing to these large craters that you can see left throughout Gaza as the result of the explosion and detonation of Hamas munitions and weapons that are being stored underground. Now, that makes little difference to Palestinian civilians who are under fire, who are scrambling often to areas that are already badly overcrowded in search of safety.
Luke, quickly, the situation in the north on the border between Israel and Lebanon. Give us something on that.
Well, there's been a distinct upswing in violence on the Israeli-Lebanon border to the north over the last couple of days, leaving tension remarkably high. We've seen barrages of rockets along the border on Wednesday, particularly in Rosh Hanika and Kiryat Shmona, with a launch of suicide drones as well towards Israeli positions in the Golan Heights. Now, most of these rockets were taken out by Israel's Iron Dome defense system, with others left to land in open areas, causing no damage. Israel rapidly responded with airstrikes and artillery, taking out the sites of the launch, but they've also been hitting other targets from Hezbollah in Lebanon. Now, the Hezbollah militant group is an Iranian ally. It's escalated its activity on the northern border ever since the death on Christmas Day of an Iranian Revolutionary Guards general who was in Syria at the time. He was killed in an airstrike on Christmas Day, and Iran has been vowing not just revenge but direct action. Now, the northern border communities have been evacuated for weeks now. Tens of thousands have been moved down south to safety, leaving the zone. But given the daily threat that is there, the Israeli military has been saying that their first task is to get those people back home, but not until such time as security has returned and it can be made safe. And at that point, we can say that it's going to take quite some time to ensure that security can return.